Hey everybody, thank you for watching my channel, subscribing to my channel, leaving all the lovely comments and prayers and everything. I'm doing this video. I'm out in my car right now because the hotel, the walls are thin and nobody needs to know what's going on. I'm here to do an update on my dad so you all know what is going on and what happened. So, of course, you all know that my older sister left, and my younger sister came in and was caring for my dad, and which was, whoops, sorry, which was the day before my dad's birthday, which was Tuesday. So, and then October 9th came, which is my dad's birthday. He's 94 now. Yay! And then I get a really bothersome phone call at 7 in the morning on the 10th. And my sister wanted to know you know, how am I going to do this? What should I do? And I go, well, if it's a matter of you trying to pick up dad or lift him, or you having issues, you know, call 911 because they will come and help and assist you in lifting my dad up and helping you position him wherever you need to position. But she goes, that's not the problem. She told me that my dad had a bed sore on his butt. And that, I'm sorry to say, it's going to be gross, that it smelled. So I go, and he wasn't breathing very well, and he was confused, and I told her, and she couldn't, and he had to go to the restroom. And then he says, I refused to go until me, Nancy, got home. And Denise was like, no, Dad, if you got to go, you got to go. Don't worry, Nancy will be here soon. So anyway, so she calls me, and I told her, if it smells, you need to call 911. His blood sugar is low. It was 74. And, being diabetic, my dad, we were told his insulin, his glucose should never drop below 100. So, of course, she did orange juice, glucose, candy, donuts, whatever she could find as well to help my dad get his sugar up. And at this point, we already knew there was infection going on, because she said when she tried to get my dad to help to roll over to go to the bathroom, she could smell the infection, which is, of course, possible sepsis. And maybe that's the reason why he was as confused as he was. So I go, don't hesitate, call 911 and tell him what's going on. Dad's got to go. You can't treat him by yourself. He's got to go. So she called 911, and I'm watching on the camera. Within minutes, of course, the fire department was there, and we're literally down the street, make a left, we're less than a quarter mile from the fire department. And of course, I don't call them firemen, I call them eye candy. So, and of course, she put the film on the camera, and we have a cover. So when my dad wants privacy, when we're going to the bathroom or give him a bath, we put a little piece of paper in front of the camera, so to give my dad some privacy. So she did that, and all I can hear were the firemen. And they're all, where's Nancy? She's still on vacation. They're all, yes. My sister Denise was like, yes, she's still gone. She'll be back on Sunday. So they get my dad, pick him up. He gets over to the emergency room and everything. And they take him to x-ray, to get a chest x-ray. And my dad has a seizure. First time my dad ever had a seizure. So, of course, my sister was freaking out. She called me. She's telling me I need to come home. And I'm freaking out because, of course, it's your dad. I mean, it's the first time my dad has ever had a seizure. And everybody's freaking out. So, I was trying to make arrangements with the hotel. I'm at a Motel 6 in Sunnyvale. I've already paid for my visit. They're really stingy about trying to refund any part of that visit to you. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. I want to come home, but I'm stuck. So, of course, I was going to see if I could maybe boogie out today, but I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. and I should arrive home about 10ish or so, 10, 11. So anyway, back to the hospital. So then they think that um, my dad had a blood clot in his lungs, and it dislodged when my sister and the X-ray tech moved my dad to lay him down. Well, yeah, that didn't work too well. So of course, they're calling. They hit the code. My dad coded for a seizure alert. So they put him on seizure medication, which he felt so much better after 24 hours. My dad was very dehydrated. His white blood cell count was 17.0, which normal is 4.0 to 11.0. So my dad's white blood cell count was very high, showing that he had an infection. There was no infection, UTI, which was good because, we always worry about that since he has a catheter. And then, again, I'm trying to fight with the hotel to let me leave early so I can come home. So, and of course, well, you can leave anytime you want, but we're not refunding. So I'm stuck. So anyway, so lately, my sister, me and my sister been in contact of what everything that's going on. The first night that he was admitted, he was admitted to the ICU, and he is, of course, on all sorts of medication. They finally had to restrain my dad because he was very combative. Because, of course, he's combative, he's confused. So they restrained my dad, and about 9:30ish or so, my sister comes home and gives us a very detailed thing about my dad. So of course, his blood sugar dropped, his blood pressure dropped. They were giving him all sorts of medications and everything. So come Monday, we have an appointment with the case manager, and it's like, no, my dad is not going to a home. He's going to come home. He will always come home. My husband will be coming home with me for 3 weeks to help me out if my sister has to go home. My brother is supposed to come and visit, so it's becoming a zoo, basically. I mean, I'm not trying to stop my family from visiting my dad because it's their dad too, but it's more of I don't want to play social princess. I'm there for my job, which is to care for my dad, love my dad, help my dad to get whatever he needs, and everything. I love my husband very much, and I'm really happy because we were both on the fence about him coming home with me because he doesn't really get along with my family too much, and because there have been some issues, and that's a whole different story. But I truly wish, that my family would come, but not stay for a length of time. Because, like I said, I don't have time to be in the kitchen cooking all day. I don't have time to be playing hostess. Come see your dad and then get out. I'm there to care for my dad. You're hindering me by coming to visit. I mean, like I said, I'm not here stopping you from seeing dad. I just don't want to play hostess. And because I want to care for my dad as best as I could, you know, because that's my number one job is to care for my dad and take care of my dad. I ain't got time to be social butterfly. So, but like I said, I'm still happy that they want to come visit. I may have to put my husband up in a hotel for a couple of nights while my brother comes with his wife, which is fine. My niece is supposed to be coming with her boyfriend, and I don't think really this is the time to meet the boyfriend right now, considering how sick my dad is. Again, I don't have time to be social butterfly slash hostess, because I don't feel that my dad, my dad will be in his bedroom because he's kind of bed bound right now. Be in the bedroom, having some strange man come into his bedroom that he doesn't even know, being introduced to his granddaughter, as granddaughter's boyfriend and everything. And trying to explain, and considering my dad would be under medication, confused, I don't think it's an appropriate time for her to come visit with the boyfriend. If my dad was a little bit more lucid and talkative, would be a good time. So I am going to text her when I get back home, or to call her on the phone and say, you know what, I don't think it's a good time for you and boyfriend to come because Papa's sick and I can't be dealing with you being playing hostess again. Because I'm already gonna have to play hostess to her two sisters, and my brother and his wife. I'm already gonna have to play hostess. I'm already gonna have to be Johnny Homemaker, in the kitchen, cooking all 3 meals. Well, excuse me, 2 meals, I should say, because I only make breakfast and dinner. I don't. They fend for themselves on lunch. I only cook breakfast and dinner. And then trying to care for my dad. Because my dad is not going to let my brother, nor his wife, or his 3 granddaughters to come in and help him go to the bathroom, bathe him, or whatnot. He's going to want just me. So, it's going to be very difficult, I think, in the next month or so, until my dad feels comfortable about having people coming back to the house. So, anyway, another story. I'm sorry to ramble again, guys, and I do apologize. So, anyway, I found out that the wound on his hiney is 10 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. They are going to have to, they put medication on it they're going to have to go in and debride it. And if you guys don't know what that is, that means they are going to have to go in under local anesthesia, and they are going to have to cut the dead skin off. Now, I know what that's like. I'm very well aware of the pain that it will cause. I had to have my skin debribed after I had my surgery, after I had to have my 10-pound tumor removed from my thigh. I had my incision started mid abdomen. It went all the way down to mid thigh. So it was a pretty long, I had 87 staples. And of course, they cut right into the crevice of my leg. So I am deformed, is the best way to put it, because it's true. But I had an infection. I got an infection in that area after they removed the staples, and they had to debride it every 3 days. So I was traveling from, and at that time, I was staying in a hotel while they redid our apartment. So they new lighting, new roads, new windows, new doors, bathroom fixtures, kitchen. They redid everything. So for a month, after my recovery, after my surgery, and checked out of the hospital for a month, I was in a hotel for a month recovering from my surgery. So, and that was hard because my husband and my daughter slept in one bed. I had the bed to myself because I couldn't have anything around me, and trying to recover. And then one day my daughter was changing my dressing. She says, "Mom, it doesn't smell right." And I knew. I had already knew. I take a picture, let me see. She showed me the picture. I sat up as best as I could, typed a message off to the surgeon and say, "Look, this is what's going on. This is the pictures. Um, I think my skin is dying. You need to cut it." And he was like, "What?" And he goes, "Come in." So I had my mother-in-law drive me up to Stanford Hospital because that's where I had my surgery. And he goes, "How did you know?" And I go, "Because I know. I've been a nurse for 20 some odd years. You kind of know these things." So he goes, "Okay, we're gonna have to cut around it." And I go, "Well, don't stop to go ahead and do it." He goes, "Nancy, you need anesthesia. Just do it." I go, "I have a very high tolerance for pain. I won't feel it right away." And he goes, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Absolutely." So he started cutting the skin. "You know what, Nancy?" He was shocked. He was very shocked. He goes, most grown men that we get in here are screaming bloody murder. You don't make one pain." I go, "Because I have a high tolerance for pain. Two, the damage to my nerves in that leg now are gone. So I have no feeling in my legs. So I have issues. So, it is what it is. Just keep cutting it." So it took about a week or so before I got normal skin and everything was closing up like it was supposed to. So I understand the pain and issues that my dad will be going through next week. He's supposed to have it done Tuesday or Wednesday. So, um, yeah, not fun. Not fun. I really feel bad because your butt is a semi-sensitive area. So, as far as I know, my dad is. We got an update from my sister today, this morning. My dad is still in restraints. They did take him off the seizure medication because, according to the CT scan that he had on his lungs and brain, they're they don't know what caused the seizure. And I go, because his white blood cell count was very high. He has an infection, and that's what caused the seizure. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. So, his CT came back clear. His lung CT was clear. His abdomen was clear. The only thing they're still looking at, which they can see, cal, calcification. I can never pronounce the word correctly. I do apologize. Is his thyroid. There's calcium buildup. They're calling it in his thigh. In his not his thigh, in his thyroid. So, which is another issue. Um, but today my sister said that my dad was a little bit more alert. Um, when I talked to my dad, of course he was like, "When are you coming home? I need you here." And I go, "Dad, I understand, but this is what's going on with the hotel. I can't just, He goes, "Well, all right, we'll see you in a couple of days." And I said, "Yeah, you'll see me in a couple of days." So tomorrow I'm leaving at 4 a.m. I should be home at about 10, give or take. And I'm going to, get my husband settled in my room. He doesn't do well in hospitals, so he's going to stay at my dad's house with little Pepper, my dog. And I will show you a picture of her. She's not in the car with me right now, but I will show a picture of her when I do my next update, because I'm sure you all are curious to know the updates for my dad. And I'd be more than happy to give them to you like I did when he was hospitalized right before I went on vacation. So, um, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting ride tomorrow morning. Trying to hurry to get home. I will stop off at one place before I do get home. My husband found this absolutely fantastic coffee shop in Yucaipa. It's called Roast of the Dead, and they make the best uh, red velvet coffee. I will be stopping off there before I walk through the door of my home, because who knows when I'll be able to get back to that place, because it's one of my places and I only go with my husband. So, and we'll be going to that. So, I will give you more of an update probably maybe Tuesday. I'm sorry for the late update. I was just so exhausted yesterday. I didn't know whether I was coming, going, or where I've been, you know. Because even though this was supposed to be a relaxing vacation, I feel since my sister called Thursday and so that I'm not sleeping as well as my husband says. I'm tossing and turning. I'm up all hours of the night. It's I'm hoping to get some sleep. I'm hoping to go to sleep in a couple hours, get up at 3 o'clock and everything, shower, shampoo, shine, load my car up and out the door. I'm hoping by 4, but it's going to be more like 4:30, because I've got to try to beat some of this traffic out. Because up here right now it's Fleet Week up in San Francisco, so around here and going up towards the Bay Area, there's a lot of people. So, and today I think was the first day of Fleet Week. It begins Fleet Week today, and it goes all next week into next week or so. I think that's how it works. I have to look at the schedule, but anyway, so that's all I have for you now. Again, I do apologize for not sending the update or doing the update yesterday. I really truly do apologize. I am, like I said, I'm doing it now because I wanted to make sure that you guys had information on my dad, and I will do another update after I speak with the social worker or the case manager and the doctors, so I can give you more of a detailed update of what is going on. So for now, again, thank you all for watching my videos, commenting on the videos, your prayers, your love, and going through this journey with me. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And Lise, I am so sorry for your loss. Like I said, you are in my prayers at night. I will continue to pray for you. You know what's been going on. You've been watching since the beginning of this channel, since I started this channel with all the orbs. There is more to life. After life, you see them. So, he's there. He's watching you too. And I'm sure every night when you sleep, he's either hugging or kissing you to help you. So, my heart goes out to you. And my prayers and my love go out to you as well. The rest of you all have a great day. Have a great night. And I will talk to you guys all very soon. I love you, and I care for each and every one. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for your love and your prayers. Talk to you soon.